Hi guys, I'm Saumya and I'm back again with another video. I hope you're all well and safe. I hope you are having a great 2022 so far. So I make a lot of bookish content on my channel. So if you are a book lover and a reader or would like to become one, then do hit that subscribe button and don't forget to click on the bell icon. So in today's video, I am going to review a book which was sent to me by the author, and that book is Father, A Fabulous Tale of a Troubled Father by Chaitanya Desale. So let's get into the video. Manbir and Nivya are married to each other and they live with their little daughter Ruhi. So even though both Manbir and Nivya have been disowned by their respective families for marrying each other, their little world is a happy one. They met in college and fell in love with each other, but because they were from different castes, their parents didn't support their marriage and their love. Despite this emotional setback, Manbir and Nivya managed to set up a happy home, and that's where the story begins. Manbir is a robotics engineer and Nivya is a poet. Their marriage is a very successful one and they love each other dearly. So it is Manbir's dream to be able to build India's first AI robot, and his life seems to be going perfectly well, but then his life takes a sharp turn for the worse. Manbir first loses his dream project and then he goes on to lose his wife because of her demise. So Manbir's life changes from being happy and content to becoming absolutely miserable. The plot of the story is revealed in the title itself, and as the title says that it is a fabulous tale of a troubled father, that is what we get to read majorly in this story. This story is about Manbir's struggles and challenges and his emotional trauma after he loses his wife and his responsibilities and his love towards his daughter Ruhi, and how he tackles all of that. It talks about his professional life as well, but his love and his responsibility towards his daughter take precedence over his professional aspirations. This story has quite a few themes, and the ones that stand out the most are the grief of losing your loved one, the challenges and struggles of being a single parent, the relationship between a father and a daughter, the hopelessness one feels when one's professional dreams get snatched from them, the consequences of leading your life with negative thoughts and emotions, and the consequences of jealousy. And overall, this book also deals with the theme of family drama. For the most part, the story has been told in third person, but from time to time the narration switches to first person, mostly when the characters are dwelling on their past or when they're sharing their inner dialogue with the reader, and mostly the story is taking place in the present time, but we also get flashbacks. So this story has quite a few characters. There's obviously Manbir, Nivya and Ruhi, and apart from them there is Danny, who is Manbir's neighbor and his colleague at the New Era Robotics. Now Danny is Manbir's nemesis in this story and he is quite jealous of Manbir's success. Apart from that, we have Priyanka, who is Manbir's childhood friend. So this book has a main story going on and there are little subplots connected to these characters as well. So now talking about my experience of reading this book, I definitely did not rush into finishing this book at all because I took my time with this one, and the reason for that was that this book dealt with some rather serious and intense themes, and I did not want to just finish it super quickly because I wanted to process what all was happening in the story individually and properly. So the title of this story is Father, and father means far away. So the emotion and the sentiment behind this word has been showcased in different areas of this story. The importance and the significance of the word father is something that you cannot miss out on. Literally, the sentiment behind the word father is entwined in the very fabric of the plot of the story. So this story is altogether very moving and emotional, and I did have some favorite parts in the story too. So the portions where the descriptions revolved around the toddler Ruhi were just lovely to read. I found those descriptions to be very cute and they made me smile so much. Another thing that I really liked about the story was the bond that Manbir shared with his grandfather. That was just so precious and so moving to read about, and all those scenes where he talked to his grandfather were definitely the highlight of the story for me. So Manbir's love for Ruhi and the lengths he goes to for her happiness were just simply heartwarming and lovely to read about. Altogether, I felt that Manbir was a good character and that he was a good choice for the protagonist because his character gave me positive vibes on the whole. So now I would like to talk about Danny's character. I felt that the story handled his character rather interestingly because it provided his side of the story and his thoughts as well, and as a result of that I got a peek into his character and and I was able to connect with him, not in a way that I liked him, but at least I understood his character because of that. And as a result of that, the story had depth and it wasn't one dimensional, thankfully, because you see, Manbir was the good guy, so it was automatically easy to root for him. But when I read Danny's side of the story, I was able to form some emotional connection with him too, and I think I liked that about this book. I liked Priyanka's character too. Honestly, I couldn't help but feel sad for her, but at the same time, I loved her for being so kind and patient, and altogether, she added positivity to the story. So, this is one book that put emphasis both on its plot as well as its characters, because the story had many themes and the characters had many shades in their personalities. One thing that I did feel sometimes was that some events in the story were rather incredible and unbelievable, but then I thought to myself that at the end of the day, this is a work of fiction, and as long as the story does not deviate from its core message, it's fine. So the language of this book is simple and the writing is easy to follow. And there are certain parts in this book where the editing has been taken care of, but then there are other portions where the book definitely lacks editing. The more enthusiastic you are about impeccable editing in a book, the more it will bother you. On the other hand, if you are somebody who puts more focus on the story and the characters, then the lack of editing in certain portions might not bother you at all. The end of the story brought tears to my eyes, and I like that because I genuinely did not see that coming. The overall theme of the story is "This too shall pass." This is an engaging story for the most part, but when you pick it up, you have to know that this is a journey that will take time. This is an intense story that is best read with a lot of patience. So in conclusion, this story is the embodiment of how you plan one thing in life, but life throws a completely different set of problems your way, and no matter what happens, you have to pick up the pieces and keep going. So that was my review of Father by Chaitanya Desale. If you want to check this book out, I will leave the link for that in the description box. Thank you for watching my video, guys. If you want to connect with me on my social media, the links are in the description. I will see you in my next video. Till then, bye bye, take care and stay safe.